Okay, I failed to mention something tonight. It was the weirdest thing, but it's actually not weird. So I did my live feed tonight, right, for the first time, answering questions, Q&A. And for some reason, my sister Thelma's questions did not show up until like 30 minutes after I'd shut off the video. And she had a powerful question where she asked about intercession. Now, a lot of people may wonder, what exactly does that mean? So it may not have shown up because it's kind of a secret 007 thing that you may not be ready to hear about. So I'm just going to put it out there. I have been in a relationship with women longer than Angela in my church. And these women, remember how I was talking earlier about how everybody has gifts and talents that they're given that are best utilized in service to other people? So the Bible talks about something interesting, and I'm just going to make it real easy. Would you believe when it comes to dressing, the underwear actually has more honor than your t-shirt, no matter how cool it may be, and you may be a super patriot like me, where you got guns on one side and you got a flag on the other side. The things that are seen do not have as much honor as the things that are not seen. So I know that sounds crazy to think that the underwear is actually more honorable than the external stuff, because the external stuff gets exposure and is seen. But what would life be like? What would life be like without underwear? Don't ask certain ladies that, because it's probably pretty cool. Here's my point. She asked a question. What part does intercession play when there's demonic attack? So I'm just going to take it right there and tell you like it really is. There are two things going on in life at any given time. There's stuff going on in the natural world, and there's stuff going on in the spiritual world around you. And you may not want to hear this, but tonight I'm going to take the role of Morpheus, and I'm going to tell you, you can take the blue pill and stop listening to this, and you'll probably have a good night's sleep tonight. Or you can take the red pill, and we can see just how deep the wormhole goes. You take the blue pill, stop listening to this right now. You're going to sleep good. Take the red pill, and things are going to change. I'm going to take the red pill. If it wasn't for people like Thelma Franco, Irene Gallagher, Lynette Sargent, Kim Johnson, Peter Gallagher, Milton Clare, Bobby Clare, Larry Sargent, Janice Colley, Sharon Dobbs. People you, my friends, may never hear of. If it wasn't for these people using their gifts and talent in service to others, many of you would never have an ear to hear, or a heart to receive, or a mind to conceive of the messages that come out of these lips every morning. Because there are people who have an assignment to warfare in the heavenlies. Read Ephesians 6 if you want a little more insight. To address principalities and powers, rulers and authorities of darkness and spiritual forces in heavenly places that create a way in the natural that could never be created if they didn't fight in the spirit. These are the people who make possible what I say and what I do. And so, Ms. Thelma, to answer your question, the question is, I remember back in the day, Cousin Andy, if you watch this, I don't mean any shame, because you're my brother and I love you, cousin. I remember back in the day when my uncle took us fishing out in the Gulf of Mexico on his boat. And, Andy, my cousin, who I love, the guy's a freaking triathlete. He's the bomb. He's an amazing guy. Amazing father, amazing husband. Just, a person you would want to be friends with because he's a great guy. He was a kid. I was a kid. My brother was a kid. And we had gone out to the middle of the ocean. We were getting ready to lay anchor, and my uncle told him, throw the anchor overboard so that we can stop and fish. Well, Andy did what he said. He grabbed the anchor and he threw it overboard. What none of us realized, nor did Andy at that time, was he didn't realize that it wasn't attached to the chain. So he basically took the anchor and threw it overboard in the middle of the ocean. I won't tell you what ensued because my uncle's a lot like me. My uncle got Frankenveins on the side of his head, and he was really upset. And there was jellyfish everywhere, and Andy went swimming with the jellyfish, and there was no way it could have happened. Doing what a guy like I does, if you have any sense of impact of what comes from out of my mouth, please recognize that I am an anchor thrown in an ocean, attached to nothing, if I wasn't surrounded by these men and women of intercession, simply meaning these are men and women who will never be seen in the public eye, who spend time in their homes, on their knees, in prayer, fighting battles like you might see in the arena of the movie Gladiator, fighting battles of epic proportions for the hearts and souls and the minds of the people that we're connected to. If it were not for them, I would be a clanging cymbal and nothing but a sounding gong. But they've grown me up, matured me, helped me, covered me, and protected me so that I could go and do what it is that I do. So if you feel like I make a difference, please recognize I'm just the tip of the iceberg. There's a huge mass of power underneath and behind which may never be seen that makes it all possible. And so tonight, I honor my intercessors. I honor those whom God has called to surround me and fight in the Spirit for your freedom and your liberty. These are the people that do the work, and I get to show up for the harvest. So for them, let's respect and love. I'd do anything for these people. If it makes no sense to you, ask me about it. We'll go to lunch sometime, and I'll explain it. Love all you intercessors. Love all you prayer warriors. Love all you true fighters in the Spirit that are making a difference in people's lives. I appreciate and love you. You guys have a good evening.